Hey, what is up, guys? Double J here, and we're gonna talk about the drama between KSI, Deji versus Logan Paul and Jake Paul. So, if you guys don't know, KSI fought Joe Weller. Sorry, KSI. I'm not adding to that. Fought Joe Weller, and he won that fight, KSI, and he called out Jake Paul, Logan Paul, any other Pauls. It doesn't matter. I'll fight any YouTuber, blah, blah, blah. And then later, Jake made a response, said, oh, you fought my dad, Greg Paul. Then Deji says, Jake Paul, you're a pussy for not accepting KSI's fight. Now, me, if KSI called me out, I'll say no. You know why? Because I'm not a fighter. I'm not a boxer. He's trained boxing before. I've trained nothing, you know. He's in better shape than me. If he called me out, does that make me a pussy? No, it makes me smart, you know. Because I know I will get beat up, okay? And that's why Jake Paul wants to fight KSI in an MMA fight. Because Jake Paul doesn't want to lose. Jake Paul doesn't want to get beat up by KSI in a boxing match. Okay, so when Deji called Jake Paul a pussy, Jake Paul got offended by that. And you can't really call him a pussy if Jake Paul does want to fight KSI, but in an MMA fight, a real fight, you know, not only using hands. So does Deji? Well, okay, look, Keemstar, Keemstar says that Logan Paul should fight. That he wants Logan Paul versus KSI, Jake Paul versus comdeyshortsgamer. And that comdeyshortsgamer said this, roll the clip.
After party, and I'm sitting there talking to Deji, and Deji wanted to box somebody. I mean, you come off of this event, the testosterone is running, and you just want to fight someone after seeing something like that. And I asked Deji, I said, would you fight Jake Paul? And he told me yes. So immediately I took to Twitter.
So from that clip, Deji confirmed that you want to fight Jake Paul, because that's what Keemstar said, so you gotta follow him with Keemstar, you know. Then, so all of a sudden, Jake wants to fight Deji, but Deji's saying no because you should fight KSI. So, Deji, I recommend stop calling him a pussy if you don't even want to fight him. You know what I mean? And Jake got mad. He's still mad at that. And since Jake was still mad, and Deji, they called it on the phone, which clickbait they did. Jake Paul did not call KSI. Deji did not call Logan Paul. And Jake offered Deji a fight, and he said, "Oh, let's fight." And Deji said, keep on saying and. Deji said, "No, I haven't trained." Jake Paul hasn't trained. So what's the excuse there, you know? I mean, look, what I'm trying to say, Deji, stop calling him a pussy, because you won't even fight him, okay? And apparently you did want to fight him. You do want to fight him, but you didn't. And now they were in the park, which there was a video that posted that they met up in the park. And this is where Jake Paul makes the mistake. Jake Paul, what are you doing? Why do you want to fight him at the park? And it's illegal to fight in the US, you know, boxing. So Deji would have gone to jail. There's security cameras, so why would you fight him at the park? Okay, that's the thing. Stop. It's that thing. The same thing that happened with Chance and Anthony and Rice Gum. Like, Chance, why would you ask them to fight? And why would you ask Rice Gum to fight if you know that Rice Gum or both of y'all could go to jail? Oh, and Jake Paul says don't prevent violence, even though he wanted to box him right now. Deji. So, to be honest, let's be honest, guys. We want to see Jake Paul versus KSI. Because I think Jake Paul does deserve a beating because what he did to the Martinez twins, which was not okay. But Jake Paul says, oh, people want to see a real fight, not a boxing match. Then Deji says, no, people want to say boxing match. Guys, just do the Twitter match. I mean, just do a poll. The Twitter match. Do the poll and see what do people want. I want an MMA fight. I think it's fair because you know that if it's a boxing match, KSI will win. You know, he has more training on boxing. But if it's an MMA fight, KSI has training on boxing, but Jake Paul is a former wrestler. You know what I mean? So it's a nice matchup. You know, everyone has their what's called that word for MMA? I don't know. It's balanced. Not really balanced. The point is that it's fair for it to be an MMA fight. You know, Jake has his wrestling, KSI has his boxing. Okay. Look, my whole point is, Jake, you do deserve us beating what you did with the Martinez twins. I mean, you should be mad that Deji's calling you a pussy. Deji, stop calling him a pussy if you won't do nothing, okay? And the whole, also Keemstar, you're calling Jake Paul a pussy, which, you know, you say, oh, Jake Paul has a chance on a boxing match. No, he doesn't. And Jake Paul doesn't want to lose to KSI. But we all want to see that match. You know, we don't want to see Furious Pete, maybe Vitali. But right now, the money match is Jake Paul, one of the Pauls versus KSI. That's the money match. And Jake Paul, look, why did you want to fight Deji? And like I said, Deji, stop calling him pussy. I'm gonna post more videos. And yeah, like and subscribe. Road to not 1 million subscribers, 100, because I only have 44.